All right, we're going to take a look at Tropical Storm Melissa here. I have 4 minutes of recording time left this month, so we're going to fly through this here. Okay, so Tropical Storm Melissa, as of 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the National Hurricane Center said that Tropical Storm Melissa had maximum sustained winds of 60 miles per hour, minimum central pressure of 997 millibars, which dropped since yesterday, which was 1,001 millibars around 8 a.m. in the morning. And it is located just to the south of Haiti, right here, and the Dominican Republic right here, and then just to the south and east of Jamaica. Moving east-southeast at approximately 2 miles per hour. It's moving slower than a turtle crosses the street. All right, now we're going to get to the question that everyone wants to know. Where will Tropical Storm Melissa go? Well, a lot of guidance is coming together, except the GFS. The GFS is still kind of out on its own, doing its own thing. I fully expect that to stay the same until it, I don't even know. The GFS is just the GFS, but guidance is coming together. It's coming to a consensus that Tropical Storm Melissa will slowly drift westward and even slightly to the south over the next few days over extremely, and I mean extremely warm ocean waters in the Caribbean. I mean, the Caribbean has a very high ocean heat content right now, which will allow this storm to just keep growing and intensify over the coming days. If this occurs, Melissa is just going to continue to grow, continue to intensify, and it likely will become a major hurricane by early next week or even over the weekend. And this is not good news for Jamaica. I will show you here. I'm going to quickly zoom through the GFS here. GFS doesn't have it going as far west and quickly takes it to the north and east a lot quicker than most of the other guidance. So this is 2 a.m. October 30th. Here is Melissa. It's about, let's see here, it's like 20, almost 30 degrees north latitude. Let's take a look at the European for this same time on 2 a.m. October 30th. We're going to keep going forward because I don't have much time left to make this video. Oh gosh, let's see if okay, it won't go as far out, but here is Tropical Storm Melissa at about 11 p.m. October 29th. So you can see it's further south because it takes its time moving it westward, and it moves it a little bit south because there's a ridge over here. I'll show you that real quick. Show you the ridge. Right there you can see it's moving south and it's moving westward. It's drifting westward over the warm waters in light to moderate shear, which is good for growth. Good for growth when it comes to hurricanes. We're going to look at the intensity guidance. A lot of the guidance is starting to come to a consensus that this thing is going to at least reach major hurricane status of Category 3 or above. I would not be surprised to see a Category 4 or Category 5 storm by early next week before it potentially makes landfall in Jamaica. We're going to take a look at 2 of the hurricane models if we have time, if my recording doesn't cut out. We're going to move this thing forward. This is the HAPS A hurricane model. It moves it slowly to the west before turning to the north and east and has it making a direct landfall in Jamaica, bringing very strong winds, very tremendous amounts of rain, and it could be a monster Category 4 hurricane as it makes landfall in Jamaica. The HORF model shows a similar solution, but this one has it going just, and I mean just. This is Jamaica. This is the center of the storm. Has it making just to the west of Jamaica with no direct landfall, but it's still going to be very impactful for Jamaica. They're still going to have extremely high wind gusts, extreme amounts of rain. So this would still be a very devastating solution for Jamaica. And don't forget about Cuba, because once it goes past Jamaica, it's going to hit Cuba. Where it hits Cuba and where it hits Jamaica is still unknown at this time, but guidance is starting to suggest that this thing is going to stay in the Caribbean longer, intensify, and make more of a westward track than what the GFS is showing. And let me see if I can show you here the track guidance. This is the consensus I'm talking about. Now, ignore this one right here, this track, that we can kind of just throw that one out. But a lot of the guidance is suggesting that this will make a direct landfall in Jamaica and then a second landfall in Cuba. So this needs to be taken seriously. All preparations need to be made. If you live in Jamaica, if you live in Cuba, if you live in any of these islands up in here, you need to have your preparations made by this weekend. This is going to be very life-threatening. Lots of loss of life is expected with this storm. All right, so let's just take a look at the deep layer shear. And as you can see, it's in a more favorable environment today with lighter shear than it was yesterday, which will allow this storm to grow. All right, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to drop a like. Bye.